Kelsey Taylor here. Today I'm going to be talking about my favorite 90s movies. Now, if you haven't seen the last part yet where I talk about my favorite 80s movies, I'll have a link underneath this video, or make sure it's on the other side where the videos are, you know. But I'll put a link underneath so you don't have to do the searching game. Now, I have a very, very big stack. I hope I don't split this into two parts, so it's going to be a very long video, so you've been warned. And I have two VHS tapes I'm going to show here. The first one I don't have on DVD, is I think not one of the first Olsen Twins movies. One of the only Olsen Twins films I've owned. It Takes Two. It also has Christina, Allie, and Steve Guttenberg. This is kind of like the Olsen Twins version of The Parent Trap. These two girls who look identical to each other have to get their parents to meet and get married and all that. And I've always liked this movie. I haven't watched this in so long, so like I gotta watch this again. Like I should have thought about getting this on DVD for Christmas, but I don't know. But that's a good one. The next one is Toy Story, which just celebrated its 20th anniversary this year, and this film still holds up. It's the very first CGI animated movie that lifted CGI animation off the ground for feature films, and that's all we have today. So today's CGI animated movies owe to this film, and it's a very good one. The third one is always going to be my favorite though, but that's I would say second favorite, and then Toy Story 2. Now onto the DVDs. Of course, a lot of these I talked about before though. The first Dumb and Dumber is a favorite. The prequel Dumb and Dumber When Harry Met Lloyd. To be honest, it's not that funny. Like, the best part of that film was Bob Saget literally losing his shit. I had to clip it in one of my VMCs at the end. It's the best part of that film. The first Dumb and Dumber is a classic. Dumb and Dumber 2 I liked as well, although I think I like it as much as the first one, but Dumb and Dumber has the most memorable scenes, like you want to hear the most annoying sound in the world, and all those things. Everyone knows about that. The next one is the Brady Bunch movie, which is the live-action like movie adaptation of the Brady Bunch show, which I used to watch. And this movie's really good. It stays true to the spirit of the Brady Bunch. Like it has moments from the show you may remember, like what was the girl's name? The little girl like tattletaling, and Marsha's nose getting broken, and Jane going, Marsha, Marsha, Marsha! Has a lot of funny memorable moments you remember from the show. If you haven't seen it, this is definitely, if you love the Brady Bunch, this is a must-see film. Next one is a very sad movie, but really good. It's Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore in Ghost. Also has Whoopi Goldberg that earned her like an Oscar for acting. This is another one you gotta check out if you haven't seen it. I just talked about this not too long ago, including another one in my favorite sequels video, is Vegas Vacation. Clark Griswold takes his family on vacation in Las Vegas, and he ends up doing there's like gambling nonstop, and his son Rusty keeps winning cars and becoming this celebrity. It's a funny one. Now the one I have here in this Eddie Murphy comedy collection, I'm talking about the first Nutty Professor. I think Professor 2 came out in the 90s, I can't remember, but it was never my favorite. I think Bowfinger Life came out in the 2000s. Again, I don't exactly know for sure, but First Nutty Professor is always my favorite. Another one I talked about. I have a lot of DVDs here. The next was Ernest Scared Stupid. I talked about this already. My favorite Ernest film that came out in the 90s. Ferngully, The Last Rainforest, which is now, I think, because there's like one of those most forgotten animated films. I think some people may remember it. It's just like a guilty pleasure of mine. It's a good one. Next one is Beavis and Butthead Do America, which is the only Beavis and Butthead movie they ever done. And I hope if they plan to bring back Beavis and Butthead again, they could do more films if they can't continue to do the show anymore. This is another childhood favorite. Next one, I better not forget to show this. Forrest Gump. This is Tom Hanks' best movie. Like I love this movie. I used to watch it a lot for a period of time. Of course, everyone knows this. Forrest tells a story, like when he was a child, how he first met Jenny, his memories in the Vietnam War, and all that stuff. Must-see film. And another favorite, Mrs. Doubtfire, which I watched recently for the first time since Ron Williams' death, like I think a few months ago or so. And despite how much I miss Ron Williams, this film still holds up. It's a classic film. The next one is my all-time favorite, one of my all-time favorite movies, The Mask with Jim Carrey. This movie's awesome, and like a lot of these, I just hold up and say, check this out if you haven't seen it. Don't bother with Son of the Mask; it's terrible. The next one is like Michael Bay's best film. I've not seen every single movie. I never cared for Transformers. Is Armageddon with Bruce Willis and who else is in that? Ben Affleck and Liv Tyler, Billy Bob Thornton, and Owen Wilson does appear in this movie. It's kind of like one of those end of the world movies. Like they have to go out in space and destroy this meteor before it destroys Earth. And it is long, but like I think to me it just keeps my interest in it. Despite that it's so long, but I'm like give this movie a shot if you'd like to. It's not that bad. The next one, I did a review of this like almost 2 years ago. If you want to check that out, I did a little thing with the Goofy toy. I think I still have up there, a Goofy movie, which was one of my favorite anime movies I loved watching as a kid. And I used to remember watching the Goof Troop show as well. The sequel they did in 2000, extremely goofy movie. I don't think it was ever my favorite. It's not one I like to grab on too much. The next one is the first Home Alone, which I just watched this Christmas, and it's a good one. Everyone knows about this. The next one is Matilda, which I used to like as a kid. I used to watch it at a friend's house years ago on tape. It has Mara Wilson, and this is Danny DeVito's movie he directed, and he also stars in it. Like compared to kids movies that come out now, this is I think a bit different. You may look at it as kind of a little mean-spirited, but I don't know. I think this one's okay. Next one is Arnold Schwarzenegger, Kindergarten Cop. Arnold Schwarzenegger has to go under cop to teach a class of kindergarten students. They're a bunch of pain in the asses, and it's such a fun movie, like real classic 90s. And another favorite is Madeline, which is based off the books. It's like one of my old favorite childhood movies. I remember going as Madeline for Halloween, and it's a good one. I remember watching the anime show they used to air, I think, on the Disney Channel. The next one is The Little Rascals, which everyone knows is a movie based off the shorts from the 30s and 40s, like the Art Gang series. This is a funny one, and there's also a sequel to this. I think, yeah, there's also a sequel to this. I don't even remember the name. And tell me if you've seen that new Little Rascals movies. Tell me how bad it is or good it is. But like when I think of the Little Rascals, I think of these guys. The next one is The Sandlot, which is another one I liked. Kind of like a boys baseball movie, but I think it's a lot of fun. Another one I reviewed in my movie reviews playlist, if you want to check that out. That camera's so broken, out of focus. Okay, the next one is another favorite I used to love, Babe. Who did the voice of Babe in this movie? Doesn't say. The pig. It was like I think the Babe in this movie was voiced by the actress who passed away like a year ago. You know, she did the voice of Chucky and the Rugrats and a few other cartoon characters. Like, I can't remember her name right now. I think she did the voice, and I think another actress voiced Babe in Babe, Pig in the City. This is a classic film. The next one is The Beverly Hillbillies, which is a very funny movie. Has a cast. It's Jim Varney, Lily Tomlin, and a few cast members from the original show also have appearances in this. This is a really funny movie as well. Yeah, I've seen it. This is a big thing in my childhood. One of the big things in my childhood. Good Burger with Keen and Kel from, you know, All That and their Keen and Kel show. Like, this sketch is from All That, which is my favorite sketch with the Good Burger. Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order? I always thought it was funny. I saw that that clip that they did a Good Burger sketch with Jimmy Kimmel. Actually, Kel comes back as Ed. Even Keenan makes an appearance, and I hope that at some point this means that they'll get back to do something together again. Because I don't know what happened in the past that made them not want to do things together anymore. Like, I really don't know, but I hope they come back again to do something like more stuff. Like since that sketch, it's on YouTube. That went viral for a while. You should definitely check it out with Jimmy Kimmel. It's very funny. The next one is Men in Black. This is my DVD copy. The trilogy set I've shown in my sequels video is not mine. But the first Men in Black is very cool. Everyone knows about this, and I've been thinking about doing something with it. But the thing is, it's like a movie that you can't review because everyone knows about it. Unless you want to talk about all the movies, like all the trilogy films, in order to give you your thoughts. Okay, if I don't forget, Wayne's World movies are next. Especially Wayne's World 2. Like, I love these movies. I really, really do. I talked about them so much. As well as Ace Ventura and Ace Ventura When Nature Calls. Like, don't bother seeing that Ace Ventura Jr. movie. It's not anything that spectacular. These movies are great. I'm kind of like a Jim Carrey guy myself. Like, sometimes I'll act all crazy, say some lines on a day-to-day basis. I blame these movies on for that. I like these a lot. And the next one is Austin Powers, Intermatch Man of Mystery, and The Spy Who Shagged Me. The first Austin Powers is always like, and next to Goldmember, these are my two favorite Austin Powers movies. I like The Spy Who Shagged Me as well. It's very funny. It's got the fat bastard character and Mini-Me and great jokes. Kind of like Shrek 2 in quality. Like the second one always is better than the first one. Says sometimes. But yeah, like I adore these movies. They're like my favorite movie trilogies of all time. And next one I don't think I've talked about yet, but I really wanted to for Robin Williams is Robin Williams in Jumanji, which is an awesome film. Basically they put Bonnie Hudson and Bradley Pierce, who did the voice of Chip in Beauty and the Beast, and Kristen Dunst. This is one of her first movies, I think. They play this board game that you know, like if when you roll the dice, you know, like a lion comes, stampede animals come, and there's a flood, like something jungle related. So Thor was kind of like that space film, kind of like that, except it has no cast from the original into Thor. It's just a completely different cast, and I like that one too. This one's the best one. If you haven't seen it, you should see it. It's awesome, as I said. The next one is Homeward Bound and Homeward Bound 2. These movies are classics. Definitely must-see films. You have the animals talking, but they're not having their mouths moving like in CGI, just like voiceover work. As Michael J. Fox, Sally Field, and both different actors played the voice of Shadow in both movies, because one actor died right after the first one came out, and they had another one to do the voice of Shadow in the second one. And these are classic Disney films that I don't hear many people discuss. Next one, I have a few Disney classics here. Beauty and the Beast. I have this in this special edition one. This was always one of my. This is like my second favorite Disney film. I'll show them the other one soon. Next one is Tommy Boy with Chris Farley and David Spade. It's about David Spade and Chris Farley going on this trip to sell these brake pads after Chris Farley's father died. And his father's business is in trouble, and they have to sell enough brake pads to keep the business open. If not, they'll get bought out by Dan Aykroyd's character trying to buy the company just to keep the name. And it's such a funny movie. Like, I watched this so much. Sometimes I deserve a break from it, because if you watch like a movie like over and over and over again in a loop, you kind of get sick of it. But this is a funny movie. You should definitely check this out if you have not seen that. The next one, the only Free Willy movies I own are this one and the fourth one I showed in my sequels video as well. I got the first Free Willy. Everyone knows about this whale trapped in a like an aquarium thing, and befriends this boy who wants to free him. It's a guilty pleasure one. Now here's my favorite Disney animated movie of all time, The Lion King. I love this one. This is one film that you just say I love this movie. I love The Lion King. I should show it. This is the special edition one as well. This is one of my all-time favorites. Next one is So I Married an Axe Murder, which is one of the least talked about Mike Myers movies. It's about Mike Myers, who's this poet, and he meets Nancy Travis at a meat shop, and they fall in love, and then he realizes later that she may be an axe murder that kills her exes after she marries them, and it's a complete like a black comedy kind of way, like a dark comedy, like not super serious dark, some parts, but it's still kind of funny, you know. Like I said, it's one of those Mike Myers movies that people don't discuss as much as the other ones. Another Chris Farley and David Spade film that also a lot of people don't discuss as much. Black Sheep. I'm trying to remember. Chris Farley's brother's running for governor, and Chris Farley does everything to get him elected, and all the stuff that happens, and it's another one that's worth watching. Now I only have this one. I would say the other Look Who's Talking movies, but I've not watched them in so long. Another one I haven't watched in a long time is Look Who's Talking Now, with John Travolta and Kirstie Alley. Like the kids are now talking, and like the one that through the voiceovers of the two dogs, and the other animals in the movie. I thought this was kind of cute. I have not watched it so long, and you would consider it as a Christmas movie because in the last half of it's just Christmas, says place during Christmas, but I don't know why I didn't consider that. I guess the majority of it, the half, you know. I never think of it as a Christmas film anyway. Now this one, debatably, you could say it's like, oh, was it released in the 2000s, or it's like in the late 90s. I think they released it in Japan in 98, then here in the States in 99, so I'm going to count this as another movie that defined my childhood, including this franchise, Pokemon, the first movie. This is the best of the Pokemon movies in my opinion. I don't think I've seen every one of them. It's I think it's kind of cool to see Pokemon still going strong, even though it's not the same from what I grew up with. But I still like it. Flaws and all, but whatever. The next one is Being the Movie. I have this in a double feature pack with Johnny English. Being the Movie is the one I like the best. Mr. Bean goes to America to help unveil a painting at the art gallery, and he messes it up. This is a good one to check out. Next one, another favorite childhood favorite is Baby's Day Out. And I still love this movie. Everyone from my church, almost everyone loved this film as well. This baby gets loose in the city, and these three men have to go after it after they kidnap the baby, and you see the baby go through like construction site in the zoo, and at a mall or something like that. This is another one that you should check out. And you may look at it slapsticky, but just give this one chance. It still holds up in my opinion. It's just maybe it's something I grew up with. I can't hold back. The next one I'm talking about the first Beethoven movies, Beethoven and Beethoven Second, which is the best Beethoven movies in my opinion, with George Groin and Bonnie Hunt, and even the late Dean Jones from The Love Bug is in the first Beethoven. And these movies are cute. Just check this out. And Beethoven Second is where Beethoven meets another dog and they have puppies. It's another good one. Next one, I should have said in my favorite comedies video and forgot to mention this. I couldn't believe it. It's Pauly Shore and Son-in-Law. It's about what else is on that? I can never pronounce her name for some reason. I think she was in another movies, like the one I remember her as well. She was in The First Night at the Museum. She goes to college and then she meets Pauly Shore there, and Pauly Shore's like been at the college for years, like he's never left there, and she takes him home for Thanksgiving to meet her family, and all these things happen. I think it's a very funny movie. You should definitely check out, even if you're not a Pauly Shore fan. Well, if you can't stand Pauly Shore, then don't watch this. But this one's, I think, Pauly Shore's best movie. I've not seen a lot of his films. I saw Biodome like a long time ago, and that's all I can think about. Biodome. In the Army Now, I watched a little bit but barely remember it. And Son-in-Law. So Son-in-Law is my top favorite. The next one is Heavyweights, which is a boys' film about, like, I hope I'm not offending anyone. These boys go to a fat camp, like, for the summer, and Ben Stiller's in this, taking over the camp, being really mean to the kids, like forcing them to exercise, like really pushing on them. But this is like I love summer movies like that, like summer camp movies or comedies like Ernest Goes to Camp, and this is another one you should check out. And the last one is this is not my DVD. This is actually my mom's friends as well. I'm talking about Big Daddy because I don't have this separately. 51st Dates of Mr. Deeds I own separately, and Click, which I watched like all the way through, and Click I thought was alright, just nothing special. Like the concept is cool, but I don't know. And then like the ending, everyone says is very sad. It really is sad, but I wished, I don't know, could have been done better. Big Daddy is definitely a must-see movie. It's really funny. And I'm glad I saw this one all the way through because I used to see parts of it and not the whole thing. I'm sure everyone knows about this. Adam Sandler has adopts this kid to impress his girlfriend, and now he's stuck like with the kid, and all his problems arise. And in the scene where they go to McDonald's and they're late to get breakfast, and it goes, oh, we don't have breakfast anymore at 10:30, and then he has a flip out, and the boy cries and goes, Adam Sandler goes, you want to get a Happy Meal? Could you get this kid a Happy Meal? Get this kid a Happy Meal. Like, nowadays you gotta have to seem so hard because McDonald's now has a 24-hour breakfast. You know, no longer we don't have to like worry about, oh, we don't get to McDonald's by 10:30 or whatever. They're not gonna have breakfast anymore. They're just gonna have lunch. You know, that's a funny scene too. Like really, right now to laugh at so hard than ever. You know. Anyway, boy, I hope this video ain't too long, and I'll do some cuts to it. Anyway, thanks for watching my video, and I'll catch you guys next time, and happy holidays, everyone. Bye.